Om Shanti. A sweet, lovely Baba. Baba has given us a lot of treasures at confluence age to his children, and one of the treasures is of thoughts. And today's Baba's highlight is on the treasure of thoughts. How Baba's children who are yogis, how we liberate ourselves from the vicious thoughts and the negative thoughts or waste thoughts. How can we invest that energy in the pilgrimage of remembrance or in doing godly service? And Baba says the last stage would be free from even ordinary thoughts. So Baba just explains the journey towards that stage. The term which is used here is nirsankalp, which means free from ordinary thoughts. And Baba explains the meanings of waste thoughts, pure thoughts, or the thoughts of service. Baba has given us this wonderful understanding. And today's Baba's special point is on while doing service, while fulfilling the responsibility of in relationships, you must lead your life free from being curious, or you shouldn't be entangled in any of those. But the attention should be paid on this soul conscious stage while fulfilling the responsibilities in relationships. You shouldn't have any kind of attachment or that pull towards any kind of relationships. So Baba just explains that stage in today's Murli. Then Baba says, whenever any action takes place, it's very certain that we have to get the result of those actions. That's why Baba says we should pay a lot of attention on our actions. We may think no one is seeing. Baba says when we experience the result of such actions, then we will repent a lot. So Baba just wants our attention to be on those actions and how your actions can uplift you, or the same actions make you experience the punishment. So let's listen to the secrets or the subtle aspects of the knowledge which awakens the soul. Let's listen to the sweet Murli, and today's date is 23rd December. The essence, sweet children, your thoughts for godly service are called pure thoughts. Baba says those thoughts are called pure thoughts. They aren't called as wasteful thoughts. The thoughts which are created for the godly service are called pure thoughts. They aren't called wasteful thoughts. Today's question is, in order to be saved from performing sinful actions, what should you remain free from being attracted to even while fulfilling your duty? In order to be saved from performing sinful actions, what should you remain free from being attracted to even while fulfilling your duty? Answer: you may serve your friends and relatives, but do that with alaukik godly vision. Baba says you shouldn't have the strings of attachment for them. If you have thoughts about any relationship based on vices, the deeds that you perform become sinful. Therefore, be free from any attraction and fulfill your duty. Make as much effort as possible to remain soul conscious. Baba says you may serve your friends and relatives, but do that with alaukik godly vision. You shouldn't have strings of attachment for them. If you have thoughts about any relationship based on vices, the deeds then you then perform become sinful. Therefore, be free from any attraction and fulfill your duty. Make as much effort as possible to remain soul conscious. Om Shanti. Today, the philosophy of thoughts, sinful thoughts, and being free from ordinary thoughts, that is the philosophy of action, neutral action, and sinful action, is being explained to you. While you are in this world, you will definitely have thoughts. No human being can stay for even a moment without having thoughts. You have thoughts here and also in the golden age and on the path of ignorance too. But when you come on to the path of this knowledge, Baba says, of course, the soul will definitely have thoughts here or in the golden age or even on the path of ignorance. But when you are particularly onto the path of this knowledge, your thoughts shouldn't just be ordinary thoughts because you have become the instruments for doing God's service. Therefore, the thoughts which you have for this yajna aren't just thoughts, it's being considered as nirsankalp, which means free from ordinary thoughts. Baba just gives the beautiful definition of this stage. However, the useless thoughts you have, that is, whatever thoughts you have about the iron aged world and iron aged friends and relatives, are called sinful. This is because it's through those thoughts that sins are performed, and you only receive sorrow from them. However, when you have thoughts about the yajna and godly service, you are said to be nirsankalp, that is free from ordinary thoughts. You may have pure thoughts of service. Baba just gives us this amazing guidance. Baba says your pure thoughts should be for service. Look, Baba is sitting here to look after you children. Parents definitely have thoughts of serving their children, but those thoughts aren't thoughts through which sins would be committed. However, if someone has thoughts of a relationship based on vice, those definitely then accumulate sin. Baba tells you, children, you may serve your friends and relatives, but do that with alaukic godly vision. Let there be no strings of attachment. This has to be emphasized. Baba says we have to serve everyone but with that godly vision. There shouldn't be any strings of attachment. You should fulfill your duty while being free from any attraction. However, if some people here are unable to cut away their karmic relationships, they should still not leave God. If you keep hold of his hand, this is a very subtle aspect. Baba says sometimes we have some kind of bondages which are unable to be cut away or erased. So Baba says we shouldn't leave God, because if you hold of his hand, you will attain one status or another. Each one of you knows what vice you have in you. If someone has even one vice, then that one is definitely body conscious. Those who don't have any vices are called soul conscious. If someone has any vice, there will be definitely punishment experienced. Whereas those who are free from vices will be liberated from punishment. For instance, there are some children who have no lust, anger, greed, or attachment. They are able to do very good service. Their stage is filled with a lot of this knowledge and yoga. All of you would also vote for that one. Because some children's stage is so good, so their stage is filled with a lot of this knowledge and yoga. All of you would also vote for that one, just as I know. So you children also know, everyone would say this one is good, of someone who is good. If, if someone has defects, others would vote for that one accordingly. Nothing can be hidden in Baba's home. If something is good, people recognize that as good. If someone has defects, you would be voted accordingly. Have this firm faith. Those who have any vices are unable to do service. Those who are wise proof are able to do service and make others equal to themselves. This is why you must have complete control or complete victory over the vices. There has to be that complete victory over sinful thoughts. Baba says it's not about actions but even thoughts. When you have thoughts in the name of God, you are said to be free from ordinary thoughts. In fact, being near Sankalp is the stage where you don't have any thoughts at all and you go beyond happiness and sorrow. This will happen at the end when you depart after settling your accounts. You will stay in a stage beyond happiness and sorrow up there. You won't have any thoughts at that time. At that time, you will be in a stage beyond both actions and neutral actions. Here, you will definitely have thoughts because you have become instruments to purify the whole world. So, you would surely have pure thoughts about it. In the golden age, because you have pure thoughts, thoughts aren't just thoughts while doing anything. You don't create any karmic bondage. Do you understand? Only today we hear this word, that is, do you understand? In Sakas Murli, Baba just explains the subtle energy which is there in the thoughts and its impact as well. Only God can explain to you the philosophy of action, neutral action, and sinful action. He alone is the one who can liberate us from our sins, and He is therefore teaching us at the confluence age. Baba says because He's the one who liberates us from our sinful actions. That's why He's teaching us at the confluence age. Therefore, children, pay a lot of attention to yourselves. Continue to observe your karmic accounts. You have come here to settle your karmic accounts. It shouldn't be that you come here and you continue to create more karmic accounts, then you will have to experience punishment. The punishment in the jail of a womb is not a small thing. Because of this, you have to make a lot of effort. The destination is very high. You therefore have to move along with caution. You definitely have to conquer sinful thoughts. To what extent have you conquered the sinful thoughts? To what extent do you remain in this stage? Baba explains with so much love that children, you should have complete victory over the sinful thoughts, and it must happen. So Baba gives us these questions to check. Baba says, to what extent have you conquered the sinful thoughts? To what extent do you remain in this stage of being free from ordinary thoughts? That is in the stage of being beyond happiness and sorrow. You can know this for yourself. Those who are unable to understand this for themselves can ask Mama and Baba because you are their ears and they can tell you what's my state of mind. We can check or we can ask Mama or Baba. With the stage of being free from ordinary thoughts, you can prevent not just your own sins but the sins of another sinful person, so that any lustful person who comes in front of you will not have any vicious thoughts. When people go in front of deity idols, they become peaceful. In the same way, you are the deities in an incognito form. No one with vicious thoughts can come in front of you. If you are standing there yog-yukt, even if there are lustful people with such thoughts, they cannot attack you. Look, children, Baba says, if you are standing there yog-yukt, even if there are lustful people with such thoughts, they, when Baba's children have the power of yoga, however the vicious the person may be, even that soul's thoughts will calm down, but it depends on the power of yoga. But if we stand there in that yogyukt position, look, children, you have come here to God to give Him the sacrificial offering of vices. But some of you, why did we come here? To offer or to renounce the vices. But some of you haven't yet made that sacrifice accurately. Their yoga is not connected to God. Throughout the day, their intellect's yoga continues to wander. That's why they haven't become soul conscious. Because of being body conscious, they are influenced by the natures of others, due to which they are unable to fulfill their responsibility of love to God. This means they can't claim a right to do service for God. Those who are taking service from God and then serving others, that is, those who are making impure ones pure, are my true and very firm children. It's the highest version. Baba says, those who are taking the sustenance from God, that is, we are taking the service from God and then we are serving others. That is what kind of service is being done. We inspire others to become pure. So Baba says, such children are my true and very firm children. They receive a very high status. Now God Himself has come and He has become your Father. If you create any other type of thought because of not recognizing the Father in an ordinary form, it means you are being led to destruction. The time will come when 108 Ganges of knowledge will attain their complete stage, but those who haven't studied at all will only ruin themselves. This is the wonderful God's version. Baba just revealed this amazing future, and we have to pay a lot of attention. Baba says the time will come when the 108 Ganges of knowledge will attain their complete stage, and those who haven't paid the attention towards the studies will ruin themselves. All our dadis, all our ancestor souls, the 108 Ganges of knowledge will attain their complete stage. And those who haven't studied at all, they just ruin themselves. Understand this firmly. Baba uses this term, that is Jani Janan Har, the one who knows everything within each one. Baba just gives this wisdom, that understand this very firmly, that Baba knows everything what is happening here. Baba is definitely watching everything of those who secretly perform wrong acts in the yajna. He then touches Baba. Then Baba gives those touchings to Brahma Baba, his corporeal form, for him to caution the children. Even on the path of devotion, it's already believed that whether someone sees our actions or not, it is God who watches everything. And here it is Shiv Baba who watches everything, and still Baba wants us to progress. So Baba just gives those teachings to Brahma Baba to just make us alert. So you mustn't hide anything. Even if mistakes are made, just by telling him about them, you are protected in the future. Children, remain cautious. Children, each of you should first of all understand yourself. Who am I? What am I? When you say I, it doesn't refer to your body, but to you, the soul. Where did I, a soul, come from? Whose child am I? When a soul knows that I, a soul, I am a child of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, there will be happiness in remembering the Father. Children experience happiness when they know their father's occupation. When a child is young and doesn't know his father's occupation, there isn't that much happiness. As a child grows older, he continues to know his father's occupation, and so the intoxication or happiness of that increases. So Baba says, first of all, you know his occupation as to who Baba is and where does he live. Who our Baba is. Where does he reside? And when you say that the soul will merge in him, it means the soul becomes perishable. And so, who would have the happiness about it? You should ask new students who come to you, what are you studying here? What status will you receive through that? Baba just gives us the methods of doing service. So what are you studying here? What status will you receive through it? And those who study in worldly colleges tell you they are becoming a doctor or an engineer. So you would have the faith that they are truly studying that. Here too, students say that this is the world of sorrow, which is called the hell, and that is, it's the devil's world. Against that is heaven, which is called the deity world. That is heaven. Everyone knows this because you can understand that this is not heaven, this is hell. That is, it's the world of sorrow. It is the world of sinful souls, and that is why they call out to him, take us to a world of charity. The children who are studying here know that Baba is now taking them to that world. New students who come here should question the children, they should learn from children. They can tell them the teachers and the father's occupation. The father would not sit and praise himself. Would a teacher praise himself? Baba would not. All the old and the firm children will reveal the praise of the father. Would a teacher praise, would Baba praise himself? No. The students would say that this teacher is like this. This is why it is said, students reveal their master. You children have studied this course because students reveal their master. You children have studied this course, and it's your duty to explain to the new ones who come. Would a teacher who teaches students for a BA or MA, they teach new students the ABC? Some students are very clever and they also teach others. The mother guru has been remembered for that. All the mothers and the Kumaris sisters. And she's the first mother of the deity religion, and she's called Jagadamba. There is a lot of praise of the mother. Baba says Mama is the first mother of the deity religion and she is called Jagadamba. There is a lot of praise of the mother. In Bengal, Kali and Durga, Saraswati and Lakshmi, all these four are worshipped a lot. One should know the occupation of all those four. For example, Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. She ruled here and then departed. However, the names Kali and Durga are given to this one. If there are four mothers, there should also be four consorts. The Narayan of Lakshmi is very well known. Who is Kali's consort? That is Shankar. Baba just describes the deities. Baba says Sri Narayan is the spouse or the consort of Lakshmi. Who is Kali's consort? And Shankar is known as the consort of Parvati, and Parvati is not Kali. There are many who worship Kali. They remember the goddess because they don't know about their consort. In fact, there is a lot of praise of Kali in Bengal. They just praise or they sing, chanting or saying the terms like, "O Mother." Kali must have either a consort or the father, but no one knows about that. You have to explain that there is just one world which at some point in time becomes a world of sorrow, hell, and that same world then becomes paradise or heaven in the golden age. Lakshmi and Narayan used to rule this world in the golden age. There isn't a heaven in the subtle region because where there are subtle forms of Lakshmi and Narayan, their images are here and they surely ruled here and then departed. The whole play takes place in the corporeal world. The entire game is of this physical world. History and geography are of this corporeal world. There is no history and geography of the subtle region. However, you have to put everything aside and first of all teach all new students about alpha and beta. Baba says, put everything aside and you have to teach about Baba and about his kingdom. Alpha is God because he is the supreme soul. Until they have understood this fully, their love for God won't awaken and they won't have that happiness even. This is because, first of all, only when they know the Father can they know his occupation and have that happiness. First of all, we have to understand, recognize the Father. We have to know his introduction, the true understanding. So there is happiness in understanding the first aspect. God is ever happy, the blissful one. And we are his children. So why shouldn't we have that happiness? Baba says we should have the goose pimples. Whose child am I? Why? Baba says there must be goose pimples. One must just. I am a son of God. I am an ever happy and master God. Baba gives the highest title. Baba says, this is the matter of happiness. I am a son of God. I am an ever happy and master God. When there isn't that happiness, it proves that they don't consider themselves to be a son of God. God is ever happy. Baba says, this is the wonderful self-respect that Baba makes us very firm, that I am a son of God, I am an ever happy and master God. Baba says one doesn't have the happiness because one doesn't consider himself to be a son of God. God is ever happy, but I am not happy because I don't know the Father. It's a very simple matter. Baba is ever happy, and because of not knowing whose child am I am not experiencing that constant happiness. Baba says it's a very simple matter. Instead of listening to this knowledge, some people prefer peace because there are many who won't be able to take this knowledge. Because there isn't that much time for them. Even if they simply understand Alpha and stay in silence, that too is good. For instance, even sannyasis go to mountains and they sit in caves in remembrance of God. In the same way, if you stay in remembrance of the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Light, that too is good. Even sannyasis can remain voiceless by having remembrance of Him. Baba just explains, even if you even if the saints and sannyasis don't go into the expansion of the knowledge, but even if they recognize the Father and if they remember that supreme energy, they also become voiceless. However, they would be unable to remember Him if they remained at home. Their attachment to their children would pull them. That's why they renounce everything. They become holy, and there is happiness in that. Sannyasis are the best of all. Adi Dev also became a sannyasi, didn't he not? Baba says, just opposite the Dilwala temple is the temple to Adi Dev, where he is shown doing tapasya. This, the pure land of Abu, where Baba did tapasya, and of course we have that wonderful memorial, the temple of Adi Dev, where it's shown as Adi Dev doing tapasya. And in the Gita too, it says, renounce all bodily religions. Where those people go away and they have renunciation, they become great souls. It's wrong to call a householder a great soul. God has come and inspired you to have a renunciation. One has renunciation in happiness. And Baba says we renounce for happiness. Great souls can never be unhappy. Some kings also renounce everything and they throw away their crown, etc. For instance, King Gopi Chand renounced everything. Therefore, there is definitely happiness in that. In the history, it is shown that all the emperors or kings even renounced. For example, Baba took his name, that is King Gopi Chand, who renounced everything. So they realized that there is something, definitely happiness in renouncing. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, father and Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you spiritual children, and we spiritual children also offer love, remembrance and say good morning, namaste to the mother, father and Bap Dada. Namaste Baba. Today's Murli is just wonderful. The essence for Dharana, the first point, don't perform any wrong act secretly. Don't hide anything from Bap Dada. Remain very, very, very cautious. Second one, students show their master. Teach others what you have studied, and you are the children of the ever happy God. Stay in that limitless happiness with this awareness. Baba says, don't perform any wrong acts very secretly. Don't hide anything from Bab Dada, and remain very, very cautious. Students show master. Teach others what you have studied, and you are the children of the ever happy God. Stay in that limitless happiness with this awareness. And today's blessing: may you be constantly victorious and carefree like Vishnu by making the snake of the vices your bed. May you be constantly victorious and carefree like Vishnu by making the snake of the vices your bed. Vishnu, portrayed on a bed of snakes, is the memorial of the easy yogi life of you victorious children. Even the snake of the vices is controlled with yoga. The children who attain victory over the snake of vices and they make it a bed of comfort, they remain constantly happy and carefree like Vishnu. So constantly keep this image of being a soul who has controlled the vices and who has all the rights in front of you. You, a soul, you are in a state of that constant rest and carefree. Slogan: with the balance of being a child and a master, put your plans into a practical form. With the balance of being a child and a master, put your plans into a practical form. Let's listen to the Avyakt signal. Now have the deep consent to become complete and karmatit. Signal your power to each of your physical organs, and you will be able to make them move as you want with such signals. Become a conqueror of the physical organs in this way, and you will be able to become a conqueror of the matter and be seated in the karmatit stage, and so become a ruler of the kingdom of the world. Each of your physical organs should continue to function saying, "Yes, my Lord, we are present, my Lord." When your physical organs constantly welcome you royal rulers, that is, when they continue to salute you, you will then be able to become karmatit. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. The evening meditation from 6 to 8 p.m. is at Conference Hall. A teacher's gold badge is lost. If someone has found, they can deposit it at the Lost and Found department. Thank you. Om Shanti. Let's remember Baba for 2 minutes. Let's listen to the teachings of respected Dadi Gulzar ji. Love is something that everyone needs. Even from a small child to an elder, everyone longs for love. On what basis does love exist? The basis of love is a very deep relationship. The deeper the relationship, the more naturally the love flows. All the relationships are with the Supreme Soul. He is our mother, father, brother, friend, teacher, and Satguru. What other relationships can there be? It's only with one Supreme Father that all relationships can truly be experienced. Om Shanti.